want to show you today how to draw a Christmas tree. I think Christmas trees can look really overwhelming to draw, particularly if they've got a lot of baubles or decorations. But the goal of today is to show you that if you break it down into smaller steps, it's not as tricky as you might expect. So I will show you the process I used to draw this Christmas tree. But first, let's talk about some of the materials and skills you'll need to know to create this. Now, first up, the most important material that you'll need to build this Christmas tree is the right kind of paper. I often see people trying to create really bold and complicated drawings on something like printer paper or sketch paper, but you really need to have the right kind of paper that's going to be able to take all of the pencils we're going to build up. So I like drawing on something called Bristol board. This is a really smooth paper, but it's also nice and thick. I have included in the description all of the materials I'm using in this drawing. So getting the paper right is the most important material. I've listed the rest of the materials in the description, but I think generally speaking they're pretty self-explanatory except for getting that paper right. Next up, let's talk about some of the skills that you'll need to know to create this tree. So first off, the backbone of every drawing I create is that the pencil needs to be built up in layers. I can't just go really hard in with the pencil and build up all of the texture and detail I need to in this tree. If I gradually build up the pencil lightly, gradually building up all of the shapes and colors, I'm going to create a much better and richer drawing. Now, when I'm building up all of these layers of color, I'm going to need to use the pencil in a few different ways. And I'm particularly thinking about the kind of different motions I'm going to be using with this pencil. I tend to use what I call circular motions and flicking motions. So if I want to try and get down the pencil as smoothly as possible and I'm not wanting to create any texture, I work in circular motions. So this is where I work in a series of small circle or oval motions rather than just scribbling back and forth with the pencil. And I find the pencil goes down in a much more even way. Now, you will hear me talk about this a lot throughout the drawing. So this is particularly what I'm referring to. Now, in order to create all of the needles in the tree, I need to create that kind of texture. So I like using something called flicking motions. This is where I gently brush my pencil against the paper to make these light little flicks. This is the same kind of thing I would use for drawing fur as well. So once you've got these pencil motions down, let's think about the drawing. Now, before I get started, if you want to go through this drawing with me in a lot more detail, I do have a full tutorial available on my website. In fact, I have loads of different drawings, including a whole variety of Christmas drawings. For every one of these tutorials, I include really in-depth instructions, all of the real-time footage, details of all of the colors that I'm using, the sketch outlines, both a light outline that you can print directly onto your paper and a heavier outline if you want to trace, and I include the reference photo. I have a mixture of very complicated tutorials like this tree, but also some much simpler tutorials too. Check out the link in the description. So let's get started with this tree. And the first thing I want to do is just put something down on the paper. I want to get the main, most obvious colors and shapes mapped in to just try and help me get my bearings on what's going where. Now, generally speaking, I'm working through this in the way I usually would, by starting from the lightest color and gradually working my way up to the darkest color. So the lightest color I can see within the tree is the color of all of the little lights, and I would say that that is an extremely light yellow. So I'm using the sketch that I've already marked out that you can see very lightly to just map in where I think all of these yellow areas need to go. Now, I don't need to get this perfect, and it doesn't matter if I get something slightly in the wrong place. I will start improving on this as I go. Once I've mapped in the yellow, I then want to gradually add in all of the other lightest colors I can see throughout the rest of the tree. So on the tree, there's a lot of both gold and silver baubles. So I want to be using a warm gray to fill in the gold baubles and just get an idea on where all of those those baubles are going to go. And I'll be using a cold grey to fill in the silver baubles and the silver decorations. So you'll see it all looks a bit like a jumbled mess at the moment. But as I say, this is just a case of me trying to get my bearings on what's going where. I don't expect it to look great or for everything to be in the perfect place at this point. Now, the key thing to remember when adding all of this in is that we need to be pressing lightly. I'm going to need to build up so many layers of pencil that I don't want to be pressing hard here. This is just getting a vague idea on where everything's going, just following those sketch lines so that I have a very rough framework. And then once I filled in those lightest colours in each area, I then want to gradually start working my way towards the darker colours. So this is a kind of yellowy brown, I guess. This is the raw umber pencil. This is the next darkest colour that I can see within the gold baubles. So I don't have a gold pencil, so I need to be making up the gold colour through a series of yellows and browns. And you'll see I'm just looking at each bauble one at a time, looking at the shading that is on each bauble, and I'm just trying to replicate that where I can. And actually reasonably quickly I've got something that maybe it doesn't look like a tree, but I kind of have a bit of an idea on where everything's going. So what I now want to do is start focusing on one half of the tree at a time. I think trying to draw the whole tree all in one go is too difficult and too overwhelming. I'm just going to focus on the top half of the tree now that I've got all of the overall baubles marked in. So at this point I want to start building up some of the texture of the needles. So you'll see that I am working here with the lightest colour I can see within those needles. So that is once again a cold grey. And I'm just adding flicking motions anywhere where I can see a branch and I can see the needles. And I'm starting at the top and working my way down. Now this all looks a little bit random on what I'm doing here, but because I'm working from a reference photo, I can look at that reference photo, look at where the baubles are within that reference and get a good idea for where all of the branches need to go. I can look at where these branches are in relation to the baubles and also look at the directions that they're going in and start marking them in with this pencil. Now, one of the many reasons to start marking these branches in with a very light pencil is that it's much more forgiving than if we go straight in with a dark pencil. So if I went straight in with a dark brown, I'm very much committing to where all of those branches go. By starting with a very light pencil and gradually working my way towards the darker pencils, if I think something's not looking quite in the right place, that's okay. I can just change it really easily. I can go over this in a different place. So this is the most forgiving way, in my opinion, to draw, particularly when we're drawing something as complicated as this. So you'll see here now I've moved on to a kind of bluey green pencil. This is the next darkest pencil I can see within those branches. And then once I've worked my whole way down the tree, I then want to once again go back and look for the next darkest area on some of the decorations. So I'm just one area at a time working my way from those lighter colours towards the darker colours. So on the silver baubles, I can start working with a darker cold grey to fill in some of the details and some of the shapes on those baubles. I can start trying to get the shapes marked in a little bit clearer from what I can see on that reference. But once again, I don't need to get this perfect. I want to make it a little bit closer to what I can see on that reference photo, and we can keep refining it as I work from these lighter colours towards the darker colours. So I can fill in another slightly different orangey brown to just again refine some of the shapes on the gold baubles. And then I want to move on to a much darker brown. So this is the walnut brown. This is the darkest brown that I have in my set. And I can now start at the top and work my way down and really start adding in all of those darker areas. So you can see I'm once again going over the branches, using more of those flicking motions I talked about earlier to build up that texture. But I can also work in circular motions to add in some of the shading on the baubles. I generally speaking here want to be refining the shapes further, but also getting the contrast right. As I always say, the key to every drawing I create is contrast, and there is so much dark in between all of the branches here. Now it's looking better already. It looks maybe not quite dark enough at the moment. Also, some of the shapes are still not looking perfect. It is worth noting, you can get an idea for how much I'm zoomed in here, what a small section I'm working on, by how big my hand and the pencil is. I'm really working on a small area at a time, and then we can move on to the next. So I don't expect it to be perfect. I don't expect it to look perfectly amazing because we're still quite early on in the process. I'm still just trying to get the shapes marked in, but also it is so zoomed in. So I can now work my way through doing the exact same thing for the bottom half of the tree. As I say, I think it's a lot less overwhelming working at the top and then working at the bottom, and also in a short while I can map in the shapes of all of the presents at the bottom of the tree. But you can see I filled in the branch general shape with the light cold grey. I'm now working through with the green pencil to add in all of these branches with a bit more detail, still working in the flicking motions here. Then I can go through and start adding the details with the darker grey on the baubles, and I don't expect them to look amazing as I'm doing this, before going back to that dark brown, the walnut brown, to add in all of the contrast that surrounds all of these lighter areas. And this is by far the most time consuming part of the drawing, but by the end of this beginning section, by the time that all of this is marked in, it's very much just a case of improving what we've got, adding to the contrast and adding to all of those shapes. Now before I move on, I am just going to go over some of the darker areas in between the branches to add a bit more of the walnut brown, to add that little bit of extra shading. You'll see that throughout this so far I've been pressing really nice and lightly. I don't want to be pressing hard with the pencil because there's still a lot that we're going to need to build up. I am using more of a medium pressure, I would say here, just to add in these darkest areas. Now I'm going to go through the exact same process to add in the presents at the bottom. So starting off with the lightest colour and gradually working my way to the darker colours, just blocking in the main shapes that are here. So once again, I can work through very similar colours to what I used on the Christmas tree because we're still working with a mixture of silver and gold wrapping paper, particularly gold. Again, the goal here is just to get the shapes roughly marked in so that I know what's going on, what's going to go where. And by this point, I have all of the main shapes of the whole tree marked in. What I can now start doing is once again working on the tree as a whole and refining all of these colours and shapes. So I'm now looking at the tree as a whole, and I think the main thing that I want to do to start with is make all of the green sections brighter. I think in comparison to the rest of the tree, the green just looks too muted. So I'm going to go over all of the branches, still with these flicking motions you'll see here, to really brighten them up. And for every colour that I add in, I think it makes the next colour that's missing more obvious. So after that first green with all of the flicking motions, I then want to smooth this out a little bit by going over with a different green and circular motions. So I often like putting circular motions over the top of the flicking motions because I find it smooths out the branches in this case. It looks very scratchy if you don't. It doesn't mean that I lose all of that texture of the branches, it just makes it look a bit softer. So now that all of the green looks more prominent, I now think the gold baubles are not looking dark or rich enough. So I'm going to go over all of these baubles again with a slightly darker brown to add to their contrast, make the dark areas on them look a bit more obvious. But also I can once again go through here and refine all of the shapes a bit better. I am literally looking at the reference photo, following which bauble I'm on and trying to make that bauble look as accurate as possible to the reference photo. So trying to copy that bauble's shading. I can then do exactly the same with the darker cold grey. So you'll see I'm very much using the same colours that I already have, but just adding more and just refining it. Now that I've added that in, it shows that there's a lot of brighter yellow areas that aren't really showing through at the moment. So I want to move on to this very very bright yellow and add this in a few select areas over the top of all of the colours I've already built in to just brighten up the tree and the presents. And now I'm generally happy with the overall colour of the tree. What I now want to fix is make the darker areas darker. I think the walnut brown did a good job at making the areas between the branches look a bit better, but I don't think it's dark enough. So I'm doing exactly the same as I did before with that dark brown, but now with the black pencil instead, working from the top of the tree down to once again increase all of that contrast. And you can see what a huge difference it's making in terms of refining all of the shapes here. We're ending up with a much more impactful looking tree. It just has much more wow factor, and it is just getting those darks, lights and midtones all marked in correctly. And I'm just going to keep working through this same process, comparing the drawing to the reference photo to think about the most obvious color that's missing. So I'm really working on refining some of the presents here. I'm working on getting the darker areas marked in more clearly. And then I want to keep building up some of the darker areas on the tree itself. So I can go back to that walnut brown and go back over areas that I think need to be darker, but maybe not as dark as the black. So on a lot of the baubles, a lot of the shading there. I'm just going to go through, tweak some of the shadows here, and then that is the end of the Christmas tree. So I think drawing a Christmas tree is a very long and complicated process, but if you break it down into smaller steps, it makes it a little bit less overwhelming. Now, don't forget, if you want to go through this with me in a lot more detail, I do have the full tutorial available on my website. And if you'd like to have a look at some other Christmas drawings, take a look at this drawing here. Merry Christmas, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.